Yo, what is good YouTube? I am Richie Kicks, and today I'm going to be bringing you all the performance review on the brand new Wade All City 13 Encore. Before we get started, if you all enjoy sneaker content just like this, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below, and also please hit that bell notification button so you never miss another video just like this one. Also, if you did want to buy a pair of these, I will leave an affiliate link in the description box below. If you do purchase through that link, it does help me out directly, which is very much appreciated. But anyways, let's get right into it. As always, starting off with the traction, the Wade All City 13 Encore features pretty much the same traction pattern as the regular All City 13. In the forefoot, you have like this traditional herringbone, but it's kind of like in segments or pods or whatever you want to call it. And then moving towards the back half of the shoe, this is where the traction changes. On the regular All City 13, it had like this boot traction pattern, whereas in heel, it almost kind of looks like a topographical map. And how does this traction perform? The traction on here is very good. If you're playing on your clean courts, you're gonna have absolutely no issues whatsoever. You're gonna have a very hard stop. It's really, really nice. When you start to play on duskier courts, you'll still have pretty damn good traction. I personally really didn't have any issues. Even on my dirtiest of courts, traction was still solid. I will say, obviously, if you are playing on your like dirtier courts, you know, your 24-hour fitness, LA Fitness, whatever, your just typical gym courts, I would definitely, wipe every so often just to clear off any dust that might get stuck onto the actual traction itself. But like I already said, I didn't really run into any issues. Traction performance across all court conditions was very, very good. So yeah, the traction on the All City 13 Encore is very nice. So moving on to the cushion, the All City 13 Encore features the exact same cushion setup as the regular All City 13. And what you're gonna get is a full length Boom midsole. And Boom is nice. Boom is almost always nice. And it's really no different in here. The Boom is caged on the lateral side, but on the medial side, it is almost fully exposed except up in this forefoot area at the very top, I guess. But yeah, how does it feel? It's good. It's not the bounciest version of Boom out there, but you do get a nice subtle bounce from this. You have pretty good impact protection in the heel, even though this whole back area is caged in the rubber, which is really cool. In the forefoot, you do still get a little bit of bounce. You still have some impact protection. I would say that the Boom in here is like a subdued version of Boom compared to other shoes that do feature Boom. Not saying that that's bad or anything. It's just not super bouncy, right? But like I said, it's comfortable. You get a nice little bounce out of it. Court feel, I wouldn't say is the best. I would say this has fairly average court feel, but I still felt plenty quick and responsive in the shoe. So yeah, I mean, Boom in here feels nice. Can't really go wrong with it. So moving on to the materials, this is where the All City 13 Encore differs from the regular All City 13. So in the original All City 13, that shoe had a synthetic upper. They called it a Vajra upper, and it was almost like a plasticky fuse type of material, which gave the shoe a lot of structure and rigidity, and it was still pretty good as well. Actually, the materials were nice for what it is. But the All City 13 does change that up. You are now getting a textile upper. You do have some overlays of fuse here and there, and you also have this addition of this strap. And how do the materials feel? Honestly, from a quality standpoint, I don't think that they're the best or anything, but in terms of the performance, it does get the job done very, very well. This is definitely a more breathable version of the All City 13. So if that's something that you wanted in that shoe but didn't get, this is definitely going to be, that shoe for you, because yeah, this is definitely more breathable compared to the regular All City 13. I think look-wise, this also looks a little bit better as well. But yeah, from a material standpoint, quality is fairly average. And then from a performance aspect, it does get the job done very, very well. Moving to the tongue, you do have this pretty thin screen mesh with some foam backing in here. And it's not the most padded or anything, but if you do like to crank down your laces, you really won't feel the laces digging into the top of your foot, which is nice. So yeah, from a quality standpoint, the materials are fairly average, but from a performance aspect, it does get the job done very, very well. So moving on to the fit. Personally, I think going true to size is your best bet in this shoe. I'm a slightly wide footer and I went true to size and I felt fine. I thought there might be some additional pressure from this strap, because obviously it is here for additional forefoot containment. And it can be a little bit of an issue if you actually, like crank it down all the way, try to stretch it over the shoe as much as possible. But if I just like loosely strap it, I'm fine. Slightly wide footers, true to size is your best bet. Normal footers, narrow footers, same deal, go true to size. If you have really wide feet, maybe go up a half size because you might run into some pressure issues up in this forefoot area. But besides that, I think everyone, true to size is your best bet. As far as the actual fit of the shoe goes, it was great. I didn't have any dead space up in the forefoot area. Like I already mentioned, you do have this addition of the forefoot strap just for extra lockdown if you want it, which also enhances the fit. You do have a half booty upper in the shoe, which gives you as close of a one-to-one fit as possible. And you have like the right amount of padding pretty much across the entire shoe to give you as, a very comfortable, snug, but not like overly snug fit. So overall, the fit in the All City 13 Encore is nice, and I personally had no issues. And going true to size is probably the best bet for most people. So moving on to the support, personally, I had zero issues with the support in the All City 13 Encore. It pretty much has the exact same support features as the regular All City 13 with the addition of this forefoot strap. So, in the heel, you do have an internal heel counter. You don't have like a lot of heel sculpting back here, but personally, I had zero issues with heel containment. I didn't have any heel slippage, no side-to-side movement, nothing like that. As far as side-to-side movement on the footbed goes, you're gonna be covered there as well. The materials do a great job of making sure your foot is nice and planted on that footbed, and you have this addition of that forefoot strap to give you a little bit of extra lockdown if you feel like you're lacking a little bit of support in that area, which I never have felt. So yeah, side-to-side movement, you're good. As far as hard lateral movements go, you're gonna be covered. You do have a very wide base, and you actually have two outriggers on the lateral side of the shoe to make sure you aren't rolling over on those hard lateral movements. And then when it comes to torsional rigidity and stability, you're gonna be covered there as well. There is a TPU plate in here, which gives you that torsional rigidity and stability that you want out of the shoe. So overall, support in the All City 13 Encore is good, and I had zero issues. So the All City 13 Encore retails for $149. And for $149, would I say that this shoe is worth it? I would say yes. This shoe is a great performer. The real question is it worth the upgrade from the regular All City 13? If you have a pair, or if you're just trying to get a new pair and you're deciding between the two, is this worth the price difference? Because the regular All City 13 is on sale right now. And I would say it's probably not worth the price difference, just because it is essentially the same shoe. What you're really getting is different materials and this forefoot strap. In my personal opinion, I actually like the looks of the All City 13 Encore a lot more, just because the Vajra skin upper, it does have like a certain aesthetic to it, whereas this one just looks a lot cleaner in my opinion. Obviously, the aesthetics are going to depend on colorway, but from an overall perspective, for me, I do like the All City 13 Encore just a little bit more due to the material usage and aesthetics. But performance-wise, they're pretty much the same shoe. So just keep that in mind if you are trying to decide between the two, or if you're trying to upgrade from the regular All City 13. Yes, this is worth it in my opinion. Great performer. Just know that if you did want to get the same performance for cheaper, you could also just get the All City 13. Like I already mentioned, if you did want to buy a pair of these, I'll leave an affiliate link in the description box below. I'll leave a link for the regular All City 13s in the description box below too, just in case you did want to buy a pair of those. But that's pretty much it for this performance review. If you all like this video, please do me a favor and also hit that thumbs up button for me. Leave a comment, as those really do help me out. While you're at it, check out these videos over here, and that's pretty much it. Until next time, peace.